Hi guys, this is Alia Jamal, the love coach. I help women unravel unconditional love within themselves. And this is the fourth video in the series, Healing Your Heart slash Inner Work. And today I'll be talking about dealing with the rejection and criticism, how it becomes so much easier to deal with rejection and criticism when we have worked healing our heart. We have worked on healing, like doing the inner work that it requires. Inner work is a synonym to the inner emotional healing work that we do sit down with ourselves and work on ourselves, just in case if you have missed the first video. So rejection is criticism is something that's part of our life. We get rejected from outside sources from a very young age. You might be doing something and your parent would say, don't do that. Yes, maybe it's dangerous for you. Yes, maybe you're putting your finger in a socket and that is not a good idea. But that rejection that we keep getting, that no, 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 no that we get from parents is not doing the best to our um, psychological health. I believe that would be a good word to use here. And the subconscious mind programming from 0 to 7 is filled with a lot of no, 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 no. And that is a kind of rejection that you are receiving from someone who is in authority. That's why if you pick up a lot of current parenting books, they highly encourage not to use the word no. Try to form your sentences in a different way, and I followed one of those books. I loved it, and I would tell you it was such a challenge to not say no. And I won't say that I was successful 100% of the time. Most of the time, when you're in midst of it, no is so much easier. But now that you're an adult, you can work through those things. There are resources available to you. When you have faced that rejection, then let's move to your teenage years. In teenage years, we face a lot of rejection from our peers. Maybe you weren't the coolest kid. I know I wasn't the coolest kid. I was the nerd. I was the one with glasses and always reading a book. Um, if you were that, there's a lot of rejection you receive there, also sitting in your subconscious mind. Maybe it even influenced some of your decisions. So many people, out of fear of rejection, they go on the other side of the spectrum where they start to indulge in drugs, alcohol, because they don't want their peer to reject them. And then it's a long route sometimes they have to take to get back to their true self. And then, or it could be like, maybe you fell in love and you had a breakup comes as one of the biggest rejection and a blow that you can feel in your face, and it really makes you question every single thing about yourself, including ever trusting yourself, trusting your words and your actions, even your beliefs. So all those are all different form of rejection and criticism that you experience throughout life. Now, fast forward to your 20s. Let's say if that is a time you started building your career, maybe you had coworkers who always criticize your work. Maybe you had teachers who were really good at criticizing versus encouraging you. Maybe you had a spouse, you got married, who was always discouraging you or criticizing you, or your family members. Maybe you had a sibling. So all that criticism, when it piles up, we suppress it because sometimes it's too painful to even accept it, to process it, to even look at it. So it's so much easier to say, I don't care what other people think about me. Now, if you're saying that sentence after you have processed every single thing that has gone your way, not every single thing, the big events, you have looked at it and you feel like you have grown beyond it and you have formed new beliefs out of those. Then that I don't care about what other people think of me, that is the way to go for the rest of your life. Good job. Congratulations. But if you are not If you have not done that kind of work and you just say, because that's the easiest thing to do, is just reject, 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 what you're doing, you're building a false ego wall around you because it's safe. Then you start keeping people at a distance. A lot of people go through this phase when they go through heartbreak. They don't even want to deal with anybody, and we call it, oh, it's a process of healing through the heartbreak. Kids who get bullied a lot or they get rejected by their peers, they just close themselves in a room. They don't want to deal with anybody. Or there's some adults, they would just they would just keep going about their own business and they would make a new belief: never let anybody in. Always keep your inner self to yourself. Never expose your true self. So they kind of create a false identity. This is who I am. This is how I talk. This is who I'm going to be friends with. And over time, they just feel like their life is not really their own. And unfortunately, way more adults fall into that trap than, ideally we would like to. And the scary thing about it is, not the scary thing, the unfortunate thing about this is sometimes they don't even know. We don't even know that that's what we are doing. We are trying to be somebody who we actually are not, but we are doing it out of fear of rejection. So those are all the problems or scenarios that can come in your life when you're running away from rejection and you don't want to be rejected. Now, how can healing your heart and doing the inner work help you grow beyond that and reach the emotional maturity that is going to make your life so much easier? So when we heal our heart, all the things that have happened in the past, they're kind of like sitting in an energetical ball around your back heart. They create that energetical heart wall where you rather suppress everything instead of look at it. So that's when our behavior would be more likely: something happened, I don't have time to deal with it right now, just gonna suppress it. And what is next? I have to go to work, I have to take care of kids, I have this in front of me, I don't have time for that. So over time, that unease starts impacting our health. Maybe that person will start to feel very tired all the time. They will start going for more coffee. That just, it's like a never ending cycle. So when they decide, okay, this is it, I cannot keep living this way, it does not feel like I'm living as my true self, it's painful, I don't want to do that, then they would sit down and they would look at, okay, where this is coming from, at what point I decided. So that's where the inner work comes in play, that you really sit down with yourself and try to be as honest as you can. And at first, your self defense mechanism would say, oh no, there's nothing to look at. No, no, there's nothing. Everything is perfect. This is just how I am. This is how I was born. I have been like this since I was a kid. I've heard that so many times. Those are all the ways your subconscious mind is blocking you from entering there, because you are very safe the way you're living. You are safe, you're moving forward. That's all that matters to your subconscious mind. But when you sit with yourself and you persist and you are determined to move beyond those blocks and really get to the root of where this rejection is coming from, why you're so afraid of it, what has happened, what was the belief that you formed at that time, what could be another belief that will serve you better in the current life and the situation you're in, and then you bring about that change, one thing you would realize, all of a sudden you're going to feel very light and excited and happy all at the same time. And then at the same time, you will question, could this be this easy? Could this be this real? Once you have done that, then just let yourself open up literally like a flower. Then all you have to do is just step back and see who you truly are. And during that new, um, you know, belief making, allowing yourself to be who you truly are, you grow beyond what others people are thinking of you, what they are rejecting you for, what is the criticism, because you are accepting yourself on a very different level than you have in the past. So it's like a way of being where you are content with who you are, and whatever is coming from other people also gives you an understanding. Whatever they are saying, it could be their false selves that they have put out, where they think criticizing other people is easier than looking inward. Once you have that understanding, you will have more compassion for them. And it creates that ripple effect. When one person sit down with themselves and they embrace who they really are, the ripple effect makes other people to sit down and really embrace who they are. So that, my friend, is one of the most beautiful transformation that I see my clients go through when they let their guard down and they let their true self come up, and how they are blown away themselves. Wow, look at that beauty. How beautiful I am. How good I am. And that's when we grow beyond our physical appearance. We grow beyond our physical um, properties, the houses, the cars, the kids, the bank accounts. That's a place where we grow beyond that. And I just love to witness that and invite you to give your chance to sit with yourself and open up to who you truly are. That is all for today's video. And if you're listening to it and if you're interested in going down that road, and I would highly recommend doing it with a coach, a therapist, whatever you find easy. If you would like me to help you through it, you can comment here. You can find me on my website, aliyahjamalcoaching.com, and I will be honored to take you through that journey. And I would be back with the next video with another topic on benefits of healing your heart and doing that inner work. I love you guys. Bye.